Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Let's wait for a minute. Yeah. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. So let us start day 3 of the summit today. It's a global strategy summit, day 3. Welcome to summit. We had, let me give a quick introduction before we start the keynote speak from Mr. Nader. So we had wonderful days yesterday and day before yesterday. So we talk about the strategy, we talk about the technology, we talk about the alignment, and also we talk about some key presentations on the strategy formulation, strategy execution, and all. So today what we are going to do is we are going to talk about around 7 to 8 lectures with the renowned speakers. So from across the globe. Okay. So why this quick introduction to the summit is it's a global strategy summit is an idea to connect the practitioners, experts, and consultants across the globe with the industries, the industry senior managers, the business managers, owners, and also the executives in strategy management. Okay, so that's the idea. Now, we take this as an opportunity to connect the industry and also we learn. So share the experiences. And the program is very successful because the speakers of so much of the global standard, so they are willing to give lecture and also help the people to learn. So that is something which is unique about the platform. Okay, and we are happy to promote. We are happy to sponsor this event from True Strategy. So we take a high pride in sponsoring the event. So, so on behalf of the participants, I would like to thank you, organizers, and I would like to thank all the speakers, guest lecturers, who gave us an enormous opportunity for us to serve the community. So I take this as an opportunity to introduce Mr. Nader. So I know Mr. Nader for quite a long time. I have seen him closely with Dr. Kaplan and Hartman. I remember in 2008, 2009, 10. So whenever they were there, you were giving lecture or you were associated with them in one way or other. So you are very active with the Palladium and Mr. Nader is one of the core team at that point of time who promoted the balanced scorecard concept to the industry. Okay, so he's a pioneer. So let me give a quick introduction. Nader Shawa, who is going to talk today about alignment of organization with the strategy. So he is an accomplished consultant specializing in strategy, performance management, and operational excellence. So that is a unique combination you rarely find with some strategy experts. With expertise in Lean Six Sigma, I think he's master black belt. He worked extensively both private and public sectors. He brings deep knowledge in strategy planning, balanced scorecard implementation, and organizational excellence frameworks. So he helped organizations in educating the senior leadership, doing the assessments, and helping the organizations to implement and achieve the results in the strategy transformations. Okay, so welcome, sir, Mr. Nader.
Thank you. Thank you
and
very
then,
much.
Yeah, please take your time. This is the first session. So another few minutes, people keep joining it. Okay, so we usually take 3-4 minutes to settle the things. Over to you, sir. Please start your session.
Shall I start?
Please.
Okay. Thank you very much for your kind words, and I really appreciate your words and your, we can say it, recommendation or admiring. I know you know, long time ago we have a long discussion, and we are also colleagues in this balanced scorecard boot camp and all this kind of, you know, promoting the balanced scorecard, working on the strategical transformation, all this stuff. I'm really happy to join this the summit. It's the first time for me to join the summit, but when I was watching, and sometimes actually I could not join all the speakers, but you have really renowned speakers, and they added lot of value to the subject, to the strategic transformation, strategic planning, the balanced scorecard, which really now the balanced scorecard till now it is still the unique tool that you can use it to to link strategy to operation, to improve communication in the organization, all this stuff. Yesterday, in fact, I was giving a lecture also with the Chamber of Commerce here in Jordan, in Amman, and this was the main subject we are talking about, and it was amazing. The attendees were very happy with this, with the concept of the balanced scorecard, the concept of how to link, how to operationalize the strategy, which is the very, yeah, the very, we can say the really difficult part to join or to link the strategy itself with the operation. And you know that many statistics say that about 90% of the organizations, they fail to link the strategy, although they have excellent strategy, very nice, very well done, very well, whatever you say. But when they come to link to operation, sometimes it's really difficult for them. So balance scorecard came just to emphasize on this issue. Balance scorecard came to emphasize and to really to solve this issue. If we come to our subject of today, balance scorecard also plays very vital role in aligning the organization with its strategy. And as you mentioned, really from my experience, long experience now with public sector, private sector, governmental, when we come to align, after we set the organization, when we come to align the organization with the strategy, everybody start looking like this. How can we do it? Because this is really a challenge for all organizations. And during the end of this session, I'd like to hear from all the participants if they can just tell me or just add value to this subject, because alignment is really still really hard. I don't want to say hard, but it is really big issue to align the organization with the strategy. So I'll try within this, hopefully this 1 hour, I hope I can really add some value to the subject and clarify some big issues from my experience with the clients I serve. Yeah, you know, all this stuff I try to put it in these few slides. Hopefully this will help us to deeply understand the subject. When we talk about aligning with the organization, in fact, we talk about several issues. When we say alignment, we mean align the resources of the organization with the strategy, align the business units, align the strategic, align the individuals. So I'll try to cover these issues hopefully within this 1 hour. So as we see here, this is kind of clarify nearly everything about alignment. You can see this is the corporate strategy, and then we cascade it to the business units, and very important to align the business units themselves with the strategy, with the strategy, meaning that every objective or every goal in the organization or in the business unit should be aligned with the same, nearly with the same level, in order to achieve the real alignment between the business units. And this we can say the same thing we can say about also the resources of the organization, as we can see in the during this presentation. So we are going to talk about the strategic alignment. We'll explain what do we mean by strategic alignment, and then we go slowly in the next half of the presentation to talk about the cascading. How can we cascade, and what kind of cascading we are going to see. And then by the end of the course, by the end of the presentation, I will show some best practices from real life. So it's not only just cases, it's cases I did, and we are successful to achieve or to implement the alignment. And we'll go into more details when we go to the cases or to the best practices.
Sir, you have one bottom. You can you can hide it. So there is some done. You can say done, so it will go, I think.
If I did it here, I will not be able to write. Yes, so because you know when I write, it should come.
Okay, it is for you to write it. Okay, no problem.
But I think it's okay. It's not hiding anything, correct?
It's okay.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll talk about the strategic alignment. We'll go deeply a little bit and how to check even what if our organization is really strategically aligned with the organization, and then we talk about the cascading in some details as I mentioned. So let us go a little bit in more details. This picture can show really what do we mean by really strategy. Everything should be aligned. Starting, you know these tools of the chess. Everything should be aligned together and reflecting the real uh, goal or what the organization is really wanted to achieve. So I advise, and this is from my experience, I advise everybody who work in consulting, strategic consulting, at the very beginning, even before he start with the organization, he should ask the staff or ask the CEO or ask the head of strategy, is every part of your organization is really marching in the strategic direction you have defined. When we say strategic direction, we mean the goals, we mean the values, we mean the vision of the organization. This is a very crucial question you should ask your even your staff who are working with you. You should every time you should keep checking, is everybody really marching in the direction where we want to achieve our purpose, to achieve our value, and to achieve our vision, whatever. This is a crucial question. And from here, we start checking and seeing if we are really marching in the same I'd like to use this word marching. Are we, all of us are going in the same direction to achieve our value or our purpose? When I say all, I mean everything in the organization, the business units, the strategic units, the individuals, the resources in the organization, even the HR, the IT, the machines, the building, the chair, everything should be aligned together in order to achieve the ultimate goal of the as I mentioned. I'd like to really enforce the presentation or whatever I'm talking about with the statistics. The statistics says that 90%, and you will be surprised, 90% of organizations really struggle to bridge the gap between what? Between the strategy and the delivery, meaning that between the strategy and execute the strategy itself. That's why that's due to the poor implementation of their strategic goals. When we say poor implementation, we mean that we cannot really operationalize or execute the goals or the objectives or the priorities we have defined. And that's why because the lack of significant strategic alignment. This means that nearly, I don't, because when we say 90%, this show us it's big issue. This means that our resources, our business units, our individuals, and you will be amazed that even surprised even that the top management sometimes they are not really aligned with what they really want to achieve. So this is fact, and that's why, as I mentioned at the beginning, that aligning the organization with the strategy is really crucial. Why do we need alignment? Let us talk a little bit in details. Why do we need alignments? We need alignments because all or most of the corporate leaders now seem to agree that strategic alignment is high on the list of winning business. To have a winning business, you should focus on strategic alignment. You should focus on aligning all your resources, all your stuff with your organization. But what do we mean by really strategic alignment? What do we mean by alignment? If we go as per the book, if we can see it, alignment is the process of ensuring that all contributors, you see, we say all contributors to the value creation. What value creation? Value creation is the value that we promised to achieve to our stakeholders or to our customers. This is what that so you see all contributors around the organization making optimal contribution. You see, we say optimal contribution to what? To a single straight direction. That's one of the definition of the strategic alignment, and that's how we can create value to our business. So another definition, and you see now, you see even this nail makes more clear. Everybody in the organization should be working optimally to achieve the vision or the purpose of the organization. So that's not simple definition. I will go to some more definitions in order to make the alignment or the strategic alignment is very clear. Strategic alignment also is the process. Here we talk about the process. Process of what? Ensuring that every aspect of the organization, also even the goals or resources, as I mentioned before, are really coordinated in the harmony. You can imagine if if we are in orchestra meeting, or I don't know what, and this man who is playing and somebody is doing something wrong. So all the orchestra, all the note is not really clear and confused. So everybody should be coordinated and working in harmony with its overall strategy. And this involves, of course, aligning departments, teams, process, in order all to achieve the strategic vision. So we are talking about the process, about the components, about the resources of the organization. What else? Also, all elements should be also aligned to fulfill the long-term purpose, our vision. So it's not only that we are aligned and working together in order to achieve how we call it instant goal or what, but we should be also working hard to achieve the long-term purpose. So we're talking about long-term, not the short-term purpose. What else? Companies also purpose generally does not change, and this we should keep in mind, that the purpose of the organization most of the time it's not a change, but what is it changing? Changing the strategies, the goals, etc., and structure. That's what we do during reviewing the strategy, reviewing in our review meetings and our retreat meetings. So our goal, our purpose does not change, but we change in the organization structure or in the goals in order to achieve the ultimate goal of the organization. So again, that's show us the importance of the good alignment. So chasing alignment all the time, it's a nightmare for the business people, for the managers, for the consultant even. So chasing alignment between strategy and the organization, as I call it, feel like chasing a mirage, something that you cannot really achieve, or you should keep following or running after. So this is really very challenging uh, issue, and that's why I really choose this subject, because as I told you at the beginning, it's really big issue, and we should really work hard in order to achieve it. A lot of people, they think that they have achieved the alignment, but actually it is not aligned, and we see that in the result or at the end of the year or planning year, whatever, that we did not achieve what we want. But again, let us review what we mean by good alignment. Good alignment means synergy. Always when I talk about synergy, and everybody sometimes they make laugh, 1+1 should be infinity. So we cannot say that 1+, if we are achieving the right alignment, we should achieve synergy, which means that 1+1 is not 2, should be an infinity, or at least more than 2. If we achieve the alignment, that's what we can be sure that 1+1 is more than 1, more than 2, or infinity. That's one of the if we achieve good alignment, that's what we should achieve. Ensure consistent understanding of the strategy. Everybody in the organization should understand what do we mean by strategy. What are our goals? What are our KPIs? Why we have initiatives? All these issues should be very clear to everybody in the organization. Optimize the use of resources. Very important. A lot of companies, they even initiate initiatives and spend millions of dollars, but it's not optimized. It's not in the right direction to achieve our strategy. Clarify touch point and hands off within the business model. Very important issue. You know, in our business model, we describe, or we see how we implement, how we make our final product, how do we serve our clients. So in the business model, there are touch points, handoffs, how we give this first process or procedure or stage, give to the other, to the next stage or to the next process. If there is no good alignment, we will have a problem. We have a big issue here. So the business will be confused. What else? It drives consistent communication. Very important communication when we have good alignment. What else? Drive collaboration. If we have good collaboration, I'm sure we can have good synergy. If we collaborate together, then we achieve the synergy, which is 1 plus 1 should be more than 2. What else? Empower and engage employees. Wow, fantastic. So we should, if we have good alignment, everybody in the organization will be empowered, will be engaged, and will know what's going on. Okay, before we go to more details, although we are going now, we are in the details, I'd like to ask again, and that's why I emphasize on the bigger question. Is everybody of your organization re-marching in the strategic direction you have? Now the question is, how do we know that we are aligned? We should by if every few it depends on the organization, every 3 months or 3 quarter, or we should check, is our organization really aligned? How can we check it? We should have a really practical, even a numerical way to check if our organization is aligned. First step of testing if our organization is aligned, we should decide or at least know what are we trying to achieve. Define strategically important element of your organization. For example, if one of the more or the important issues, growth rate or growing area, or we want, for example, to achieve double revenue, we want to achieve higher market share in the market or whatever. From this purpose or from this objective or what we want to achieve, we can check the alignment of our organization. Are we really aligned to achieve growth area upon future success about the future? We should check this one and asking ourselves very important 2 questions. First question is to ask, how well does our business strategy, our goals, our objectives, support the fulfillment of your company vision? Is our strategy supporting our vision? This is the starting the question to ask ourselves. If the head of departments or the CEO or even whoever in the organization are able to really give the right question here, and we can give it a rate. That's why I said that we should put it based on some figures or numbers. Is our business strategy support fulfillment of our company vision? Now, if whoever you are asking is unclear about this question, then there is bigger question. This means that the organization is not aligned. So this is first question. So we should keep asking all the time, is our business strategy support the fulfillment of our purpose or our vision? And we give it rate from 1 to 100. Very important tool. The second question is, you see, now we ask about business strategy supporting the vision. We'll go a little bit deeper and ask, how well does your organization achieving your business strategy? So first question was asking, is the strategy supporting our goal? Now we go deeper to the organization. How well does our organization support the achievement of our strategy? This means we check our resources inside the organization. Is it really supporting the strategy? Is it really supporting our goals? Are the IT system, are our human resources, are our IT system, are our building, are our whatever, supporting our business strategy, supporting our goals, supporting our KPIs, supporting our initiative? These 2 questions, and at the same way, we should also give it a rate from 1 to 100. If there is a hesitant or he's not capable to deliver, or he's not capable to give the answer, or if we are a consultant in the organization and we check that our resources or whatever in the organization is not capable to support our strategy, then there is a big question mark. We should check, and and then we are sure that we are not able, or the organization is not really able to to fulfill or to achieve the good alignment. We took, this is a sample, only sample about deciding what one of our goals, and then we go to a practical issue. Then we should put it in this kind of whatever you call it, squares or whatever, and then we put on the one of the for example, the vertical direction, we put how aligned is your strategy with your long-term purpose, the first question, and then also we check how aligned the strategy with the organization. And based on the rates that we took from 1 to 100, we start plotting our results either here or here or here or here or here or wherever it comes with this diagram or whatever. We'll go into details one by one, but let us see that if if the organization is aligned with the strategy, we give it aligned or not aligned. Sorry, not aligned or aligned, and in the same direction, not aligned and aligned. And the ultimate, of course, you can see that the ultimate, if it is aligned, and also the resources or the organization is aligned, then we are achieving the best results. And this means that the strategy is effectiveness and the organization is effectiveness. So we achieved organization effectiveness and the strategy effectiveness. This is, of course, the ultimate goal we want to achieve. So again, just to emphasize that it's not only to see and to look around. No, we should go into real tests to check if the organization is really aligned with our strategy. Let us just explain little into more details, because this is a very important tool, and advise everybody just to use it to check if the organization is really aligned. And this, of course, will give us direction where to go. Are we bad with using the resources to support the organization, or our goals and our objectives, etc., are not supporting our ultimate goal or our ultimate vision? So companies that score high on both scales, as I mentioned here and here, then we are achieving very best chance of winning. Winning what? Winning the market, winning the business, winning the clients, achieving double market share, achieving I don't know what. So this is the first results. We can see that, of course, if everything is perfect, then we are in this square, or our organization is really best chance of winning. Let us go in a little bit in the other direction. As you see here, we have our strategy is aligned with our purpose, but our resources or our organization is not supporting, its capabilities are not supporting our goals. So we are here. This is not very bad, but there is something. This means best of intention, but incapable. Incapable why? Because our organization is not capable to achieve or to support our goals. Companies that score high in the purpose of the organization, the strategic alignment scale, but low on the other, they are good intention, but they are not capable to achieve. And this will be bad on the long term, because okay, we know and our goals achieve supporting our vision, etc. But internally, the organization are not supporting our goals. The next one, you see here, we have very good alignment. I mean, the strategy with the organization are excellent, but our goals does not supporting our vision. This is, we can say it, badly going nowhere, because the goals are not supporting our. So we are going, but we don't know where are we. We are strong internally, capabilities, etc., but we don't know where are we going. And this, of course, very bad issue, because by the, I don't know, after 1 year, I don't know, we will be lost. We are not going to achieve whatever. And I have seen a lot of cases like this. They have, as I mentioned, they have excellent strategy, but our capability inside are not used to achieve the ultimate goal of the organization. The fourth one, which is the really big disaster, not long for this. So this means that the goals are not supporting the vision or the purpose of the business, and also even the capabilities of the strategy or of the organization are not supporting this. So we are in the bad situation. I really advise everybody to use this tool and also to use it honestly and frankly and be really dig deep with this issue. Again, as we mentioned at the very beginning, that 90% of the organization they fail to achieve the alignment. So that's why very important issue to talk, and that's why I choose actually this subject because of the importance of the alignment. So that's nearly, and as I mentioned at the very beginning, if I achieve the alignment, we take only one issue about goals of the business units are all of them are aligned, and this is actual project. This is really project I did, and this took long time. Maybe it took 6 months in order to achieve really. You can see even the colors. The goal here is aligned with the goal here. The goal here is aligned with the goal. So everything is aligned together. And of course, it is aligned with the corporate strategy when we make the right cascading, as we will see in a few minutes. So this is very important issue, and you should really check it very carefully and make it in I usually use say that you should be use it in very, how we call it, scientific way. As I mentioned, that we should use figures. In fact, I believe in figures. Figures are very important tool when we come to really check what if we are on the right direction or not. So that's one of the issue. So we move a little bit, and that's what even this I make one of this very little bit bigger. So every objective here in this business unit, sorry, it's in Arabic because we make the project in Arabic. So every business unit goal is aligned with another goal in the other business units. And this, as I told you, it took a lot of time to achieve or to make this one. And everybody, and this required, of course, I will mention it later, required that all the head of departments or this unit and the others, all we have good meetings in the same room, and we discuss till we come to the right alignment with all the objectives in each business unit to be aligned to serve the big or the ultimate objective of the organization. Okay, let us move a little bit faster. Now, align the organization with the strategy. We go to this second part of our subject today, which is cascading. What do you mean by cascading? Cascading means the essence of organizational alignment. Just to explain this one, it's of course it's self-explanatory. Alignment is cascading the strategy down the organization. So we have the corporate and cascade it to the business unit as we saw before. So what is cascading? Again, the good alignment, I like to emphasize, I'm not going to read it again, but I like this slide very much. So good alignment means synergy, coordinating, etc., etc. But again, what do you mean by vertical cascading? Cascading means interpret, adapt, or even eliminate one of the strategic objectives for the next level. So when we go to the next level, we have 3 or 4 choices, as you will see in the next slide, either to interpret the corporate objective to the next level, or to adapt the same corporate objective to the next level, or even to eliminate, so it stays on the top level, or it will be only the top management responsibility or responsibility to achieve it. The main question to ask when we make cascading is, how do I contribute to achieve that goal? If you want to do the real right. Anything wrong? You still see me? Hello? Yeah, okay. Great. Yes, because in the other laptop I lost it. So I really the right starting point when you want to make cascading, to ask the business unit down How do you contribute to achieve the corporate objective? Very important questions. If they really know, they understand their business, or if you really develop the right strategy, the right objectives, and the right technique, as Mr. Sheikh is beginning is explained at the beginning. So you have the right technique, the right tools, and then everybody knows his real objective, and he knows how he contribute to achieve the corporate objective. Then this is the first step to make the cascading. This slide really explain in briefly what do we mean and what are types of cascading. So here we see that this is the corporate strategy map, and here we have 3 or 4 types of cascading. Some objectives on the corporate strategy can be cascaded directly to the strategic business units. Identically means that this strategic objective is ultimately the responsibility of this business unit or strategic business unit to achieve. So we call it identical cascading. So it comes from the corporate directly to the business unit as identical, no change, not at all, and this will be the ultimate responsibility of the business unit to achieve this goal. The second type, what we call it contributory, this means that this corporate objective can be or will be achieved with contributory or divided with 2 or 3 or whatever business units will be responsible to achieve this corporate objective. The third part, which we call it unique or new, this objective is uniquely to this business unit or strategic business or department or whatever. And this is rarely comes because only comes when we talk about regulation, we talk about auditing, when we talk. So this is the responsibility of this. But again, although it is unique and new only to this business unit, but it should be contribute by one way or another to achieve the ultimate goal of the organization. So if we say that achieving, for example, excellence award, we cannot put it on the unless the ultimate goal of the organization to achieve excellence award, but it will be only specified to business unit that really in charge of achieving the excellence or whatever. The other part, the third or the fourth one, which as I mentioned at the beginning, some objectives are stay on the corporate level. This means that these objectives are the ultimate responsibility for let us say for the board of directors or to the general manager of the organization, and he take the full responsibility to achieve these goals. So here we talk about 4 kinds of cascading. And there is, of course, there is technique. There is no time here to explain it, but I try to explain it briefly. So we have identical, we have contributory, or new, or even some corporate objectives that only for the top management or the CEO or board of directors. So this is clear simply, but I think it's clear about the cascading from corporate to the business units. Now we talk about the roles here and there. Business unit, when we make the cascading, we should be sure that business confirm their contribution to the parent balance scorecard. Number one. On the other side, with the corporate will approve. Without approval, we cannot move. We cannot move. So here we decide in the business unit, and then the corporate will approve it. Identify governance plan. We should put, if we take this objective to achieve it, we should put our governance plan, how to achieve it, when, why, how, etc. And again, the corporate will approve governance plan. Purpose, propose unit coordination, etc., etc. Again, the corporate will assist or help these business unit to achieve their goals. Here is the big picture about, and this is practical project. I did it really in Saudi Arabia. I don't want to mention the name of the organization, but here we can see the big picture of alignment, of cascading, how we did it, and how the end of the project we achieved, we reached to this one. We see tier one, which is the corporate level, tier two, which is the business units, and tier three, we can go down to the individuals or even to sections or what. So we have done the right cascading with the tools, as we mentioned, identical contributor, etc. And of course, as I mentioned, we make the meetings with everybody on the table in order to achieve also the the horizontal alignment. And that's exactly mentioned when we talk about strategic alignment and we talk about the cascading. So with this picture, I was very sure and was very happy that we really achieved the right alignment, cascading and alignment. So that's nearly what we talk about this. And if we go to a little bit deeper to the balance scorecard, we can see here the objectives, the corporate objective, for example, improve satisfaction. And then we go to the tier one, how they contribute to this one, improve information on available service, etc. And here are our measurement or the KPIs. Tier three, employee operational, as I mentioned before, that here the right cascading on the strategy map, as we saw before, and in the strategy map, the right cascading. And when we go to link it to the operation, then we can see how it is cascaded to the to the I think we are almost done, Mr. Sheikh. So
Yeah.
the balance scorecard. Here is the benefit of cascading goals: align the organization objectives and individual goals, increase employee, etc., etc. Some best practice I will go through quickly. This one we already explained, and here it is also the vertical and cascading. And then of course this one we saw. Banking sector, I was also very active in the banking sector, and we can see also how
Excuse me, Mr. Nader. We
yes,
cannot see the slides.
really?
Only the cascading one.
Cascading the
The balance scorecard.
You can
But
see
it's
this
not
one.
moving.
It's not moving now.
The cascading, we can see only the, yes, now it's moving.
Sorry. Okay. Thank you, Nazira. You are always big support. You are always giving me support.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Mr. Nader.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. So just to conclude quickly, how to cascade it, how to make the right cascading using even the percentages of contribution, how this financial perspective contributed, which has 20% of the whole balance scorecard, and how it is cascading down to the other business units. And we use figures, and this is even go to the N-2, the 20% on the corporate came here to the second to the N-1, and we divide it as 100%, and each business unit takes part of the percentage, and N-2 also takes the same 35 here will be considered as 100% and also divided to the other business units. And what else? Utility business, this is one also. This is practical, so how to cascade the corporate strategy to the business units down. This is the ADWIA corporate strategy map. Here is one of the daughter companies, how they make the cascading, and the colors also explain themselves. This is identical, and this, of course, these are contributory, and this is a new, as we see in the key of the map. What else do we have? Initiative alignment. Very quickly, we should be sure that initiative should support more than objective. That is the best way. We should avoid that we have initiative without supporting any objective. This is very important. Line workforce, of course, very important. We should be sure that each individual at least should contribute to achieve one or more objective. And this is also very important when we come down to the individuals. Communication is very important, as I mentioned. One important, very, very important communication. And the statistics say that 90% of workers, they don't even read the emails or whatever, and this is reflected on the performance of the organization. And this is one of the best tools now to communicate, how we call it, with animation, etc. This is the best way of communicating the strategy. I think I'm done. Sorry, I took a long time. Maybe we don't have enough time for.
10 more
but
minutes.
please,
Yeah.
please. I think we make it is clear. But of course, if anybody have any question, please shoot it.
Sure, sir. I think the slide you talk about the internal processes and the cascading part. It was excellent. Can you just give a little more explanation on that, if you don't mind?
This one you mean?
Yeah, the last but one, I think. So
This
internal
one?
processes you cascade. No, we are in the thank you slide now.
So it's moving slowly.
Mr. Nader, there is something wrong in moving the slides.
Oh, because maybe something with the internet.
And,
but anyway, is it this one you mean?
Real life case 2.
Okay, I think I understand your what is your question. If it, but I can see it even in my laptop. I can see it.
Yeah.
This one?
No, we cannot see that in the slide.
But you mean when we have these business units down and they are aligned together in the right and the yes.
Yeah. Internal processes.
Yes, exactly. Yes,
Teams.
This is very crucial one. I'd like to, okay, I make it quickly. When we finish cascading the corporate to the second, to the N-1 or N-2, and every business unit has known or known their goals, then we sit together in order to be sure that the goals in all business units horizontally are really supporting each other. Each goal in the business unit X should support the goals of the other businesses horizontally. So that's how we can achieve not only alignment, but also we achieve synergy. So all these business units on the same level horizontally are working and supporting each other to achieve the ultimate corporate goal. I hope this makes it a little bit clear.
Yeah, it's clear. One thing is, I think there are a couple of questions. Nader has a question. See, when it comes to alignment, organizational alignment, it is very, very, very important concept. Okay, and it's very important. But in reality, who does that? Of course, the CEO is responsible to make sure that alignment is there.
Thank you. Very good question. Very good question.
How does
very good.
Happens in real time. Yeah.
I tell you, when it depends. And now when I go to consulting like this, I really prefer that there is a department or business unit or whatever, what we call it, office, strategy management office. And this is very important. And this is the main role of this business unit or whatever you call it, this entity, I call it entity. And this is the role of these people to really guarantee, because they are seeing the holistic view of the organization. And they should have the tools, and they should have even the technique, and they should have the knowledge also to implement the right cascading horizontally or vertically. And I want to emphasize on something else. In order to guarantee without biasing, without anything, this should be in the organization chart. This unit should be linked directly to the top management in order to be free to see and to do and to advise as they really see the real picture. Thank you very much. This is very important question.
Actually, in reality, nobody will worry about the overall organizational alignment. Somebody has to think about it. Okay, the OSM, Office of Strategy Management, is the best place. So they can at least put up some kind of a framework and show to the CEO that these are something, the first draft or something. Then it can drive the motivation for them to think about it.
And that's really good. And of course, there is big issue about this Office of Strategy Management, but this is the main role of them, and they should be clever, should be I don't know what. So, but that's really how this is where these issues can be done in the, if we can say, in the perfect way. Yes, you are right. Thank you.
More question, especially when we talk about the mid-sized companies, very large companies, they have but the resources to invest. Mid-sized companies like any manufacturing or supply chain or any banking or whatever, so they don't have enough resources to keep as office of strategy manager. Okay, but they don't have experts in the strategy management. Okay, but they want to practice it. They need it. Okay, so what is your advice for such companies?
To bring consultant like me.
Yeah, sure. But they should also, it should be
Yes,
practical for
yes,
them.
yes,
So,
yes, yes. At least,
uh,
yeah, you are right, definitely right. At
they
least
need,
they should have one or two persons. They attend the balance scorecard course. They have the experience, and they have. I don't like to use the word to have authority, but at least they have the support of the top management. And this person sometimes come maybe in the office of the big boss. I mean, in the office of technical. For example, for me, although I was working in the big organization and we have office of strategy management, but I was linked directly. I was a technical support, technical advisor to the managing director. So should be somewhere to be independent, to be able to see the big picture. So maybe one or two persons are enough in small organizations. But again, with this specification, I mean, he should have the knowledge. He should have the expert, and very important that he should knowing the business, very important, because sometimes they bring somebody, I don't know, from the moon, and then that's big disaster. He should be knowing the business exactly, in order that his advice or his opinion or whatever you call it will be really applicable, would be important, will be for the benefit of the organization. Yes, I think I answered your question. Yeah.
perfect. That's perfect question. Actually, they need an advisor. Okay, so
Yes.
maybe it's not required as a full timer, but at least they
Yeah.
should have some kind of advisor who can guide them for the processes, and they need to have some kind of mechanism to use it. So
Yes. And this
eventually, if they, yeah,
sorry, and this advisor who should have really also, yeah, the responsibility to build this technique or this knowledge in the organization. And this
correct.
happened with me, in fact, in several projects. After we finished the big, I keep visiting them for every month, 1 week or 1 day, in order to build this skills or this experience with one who is designated by the top manager. This guy will be the responsible or whatever. So we give them injections, etc., etc. After maybe 1 year, 6 months, then he will be able to take or to carry this big responsibility. So that's also how to build, or I call it knowledge transfer, or whatever you call it. That's very important issue. Yes.
Excellent. I think Nazira, you have any questions you might ask?
Yes, please. Thank you, Mr. Nader, for the session. It's really rich our information. My question is in the measurement of the alignment, how we can, is there any specific way of the criteria of the measurement, not only a scale, because it is a subjective answer will be, because one of the manager will reply that it is aligned 80%, the another will be 70%. So how we will determine the scale exactly based on which criteria?
Well, excellent. Thank you, Nazira, very much. You know me, we work together. You know me that I like figures. Figures are very important. So by the end, we should change all these things into figures. So when we talk about the first question, as we mentioned, that is our objectives or our strategy aligned with the purpose. When as I mentioned, when I say this the strategy, we mean the goals, we mean the KPIs, we mean etc. etc. So if we take part of this issue, the KPI, for example, if a group of KPIs for specific objectives are really serving, if for example, if we say double market share, what do you mean by double market? We talk about figures, then we go to the KPIs which contribute or measure if we are going in the right direction. If we talk about market share, we talk about increasing number of customers, increasing number of revenues, etc., etc. So these KPIs, which are really figures, we can see them if they are really achieving or in the right direction to achieve this our specific goal. Then we can say that okay, this is aligned with this. We have the first question: is our strategy aligned with our purpose? If we go to the next question, when we talk about the internal or the organization itself is supporting our strategy, we talk about tools, we talk about the human resources, we talk about IT system. Is our IT system, for example, is really effective enough? And there is a KPI also for this issue about the IT systems or the human resources or the training or whatever. Are these a training or is this IT system or uh, human resources or tools, are they really supporting to achieve our one or two of the objectives? So this is how we should decide, first of all, the issue or the item, and then we try to quantify it through the KPIs, which is related to this specific objective or specific goals or purpose of the organization. I hope I answered your question, Nazir.
Yes, thank you.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
I think it's one really this cascading and alignment of the organization is not very much taken care by the senior leadership.
You are
They talk
right.
about it,
Yes.
but they don't do it. So it is one of the very important topic you raised. If the one of the most important thing is when you highlight some misalignments as a process, then you have an opportunity to correct them. If you
Yes.
don't even try, then there is no point that you don't even know that there is a misalignment. So,
I just want to, maybe you want to close the issue. As Einstein says, if you know the problem, it's 50% of the solution. So if we admit that we have a problem with the alignment, and that's why I explained these tools that, okay, we have a problem with the alignment, then we can go. But if we keep saying, closing our eyes, no, we are okay, we are aligned, then we will not be able to solve the issue. Thank you very much, Mr. Sheikh. Thank you.
Wonderful lecture to start with day 3. I really liked it, Mr. Nader. Thank you very much.
Thank you
I can
very
see your experience and the way you have done so many projects. It's very amazing to see in the real time, real use cases. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I'm really happy to share my experience to help whatever. Thank you very much.
And I take this up as an opportunity to thank Mr. Nader on behalf of participants and the organizers, and then co-speakers. Okay. So thank you, sir. Have a great morning.
Thank you. Same to you. I wish you a fantastic day, last day. I wish you a fantastic day.
So thank you very much.
And appreciate this initiative. I promise I will contribute. I will serve in every year with this initiative.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, and have a great time.